All right, Washington State head coach Russell Whitaker, impressive showing by Washington State down at the Art Adamson Invite, hosted by Texas A&M last weekend. You guys finished third and just behind TCU, but well ahead of Utah and Incarnate Word. So impressive showing by your group. Let's start with the top tens in the school records. What stood out to you guys, or what else stood out to you about your club down at Texas A&M?
Yeah, really happy with the girls stepping up for the school records that we were able to get, especially those relay records that we keep being consistent with taking those down each year. So again, the 200 free relay, that was really special to see that group of women take that record down. I think they've worked really hard for it. The four of them that were on that A relay. And then especially the 400 free relay, it was not just just absolutely smashed the school record by like 7/10 of a second for us. So that was really cool to dip under the 3:17 barrier for that and just continuing to push the boundaries. So, between Emma Wright, Angela DePaulo, Doria Thazi, and then Darcy Revitt, I think the four of them really stepped up to the challenge with that relay. And I think they've got a lot of expectations as we head into conference. So hopefully chase the B cut within that. And then that third school record with Emily Lundgren, again breaking her own school record in the 100 fly with another B cut. That was really impressive to see, and just seeing that development that we've been able to have with her in those different events and being able to play with that as well this year. So that, and then we had 8 all-time top 10 swims again between Emily Lundgren, Doria Thazi, Darcy Revitt, Emma Wright, Tatum Janning, and then Ashlyn Hernandez, another freshman. I know that, I think probably the first time talking about her and stuff, but was really happy to see Ashlyn start coming out of her shell a little bit more. And I think her finally seeing the potential that she can have as well is just going to help us build now some more momentum and bring some more of those freshmen along with her.
Well, what's it like been watching, an All-American and Emily Lundgren, like on the national stage going and beating Texas A&M, who was number 22 in the country last week? What's it been like watching her progress now as a junior, but doing more and more, and now on a national stage as an All-American, showing up and producing every meet?
Yeah. It's just, I think the consistency is what I think is the impressive thing with Emily. We always know what we're going to get out of her no matter what the meet is. And I think even at this point, I mean, I could throw Emily Lundgren in a 100 backstroke and I know I'm going to get the best out of her and stuff. And so I think that's really, I think the more the exciting piece is we're just continuing to focus on what needs to get done in the moment. I think it'd be very selfish of me to say, of course, as a coach, right, you want to see a conference champion, you want to see an NCAA champion, all of that sort of stuff. But as we continue to do the focus on doing stuff the right way, I think that's going to lead to the outcomes that Emily's going to see at the end of the year. And so just trying to take it one step at a time. And, right now focusing on what it's going to take to get her to NCAA is the biggest, I know, goal in her mind is making that top 8 after missing out on that last year and making that podium. And so, again, I don't know that we've got a time in our mind. I don't want to put that time of, okay, maybe it's a 2:05 or a 2:06, whatever it's going to be for that 200 breaststroke. I think it's just if continuing to build off the momentum we have and the consistency. And yeah, for her, I think going undefeated at Texas A&M in those breaststroke events, that definitely helps build that confidence level when you can do that against the number 22 team in the country and stuff.
You talked about the impressive showing at the Texas A&M invite. You guys finished third, but let's take a step back. Final question: your first fall leading this program. You guys are 5-0 in dual meets, and then also an impressive showing in a couple invites. And obviously a number of times you guys rip up the record book at the end of the fall. So the plan is you guys are executing the plan. Well, what do you see from your club? How exciting are you guys as a coaching staff? And what are you seeing from the Cougs after your first fall?
Yeah, I think we're seeing everything that we were really wanting to see with the season. I think, again, a 5-0 start is something that we're really excited about. But again, it's one of those of, 5-0, but now moving forward of what's going to take to be 6-0, 7-0, and hopefully in the year 8-0 when it's all said and done. So just continuing to work forward towards those meets. I've said it before, but just again, I'm just extremely blessed with the coaching staff that I have. I mean, there's no doubt that we are one of the youngest coaching staffs, if not the youngest in Division I swimming. And so Austin and Tyler, I think it just shows that all the energy and all the knowledge that they bring to the program and how that's working between our sprint groups, our distance groups, mid distance, and all that. And I think really just for us, it truly feels like we've been on coaching staff together for longer than just 6 months. And I think it shows with our team. There's just a different spirit about the team this year, different camaraderie. And I think everybody's just really on the same page with the goals and knowing that, we got to focus on the individuals, but when they all come together for those meets, that's where that team atmosphere is coming in. And I think we're really seeing that play off right now. So just extremely excited for what we've been able to do. And so especially now as we kind of head into a big, block of training here now for going into our winter break, we're going to go to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs for our winter training trip. So really looking forward to having that environment up there where you're just surrounded by the history and the Olympians and all of that. And so ready to train some long course and then of course come back in the spring as we get ready for Utah Tech and Idaho. So
All right. Yeah, the Cougs finished the fall 5-0 and an impressive showing. Finished third at the Texas A&M Invite, and yeah, we'll enjoy some winter training at the Olympic facility in Colorado Springs, and are back at Gibb Pool in January. Thanks, Coach.
Alrighty, thanks and go Cougs.